What if we don't make thought a problem? What if we meet it right where it is? What if we notice thought just as it is in this moment? The texture of thought, the texture of being the thinker. What is moving through your mind right now? Is it an image? Is it a memory? Is it some self-narrative? Are you wondering about what I mean by this? Is that the thought? Just notice the thought. It may be disagreeing or agreeing, or it may be judging, questioning, chattering on. Just notice it. Notice that movement of mind, that content. Now ask yourself, where is it? Where is it in your experience? Where does it feel like those thoughts are arising? Where does it feel like those thoughts exist? Does it feel like you are apart from the thoughts? How would that work? Is there a thought that says, I am apart from the thought? Or I feel as if I'm apart from the thought? Is there an image of yourself as a body, as a person? Is there an image of the head or the mind? Any of these experiences, when noticed, can be traced back to that which is perceiving it. And if you notice that that which is perceiving it is none other than the thought itself or the image itself, then you're in good territory. You realize there's nothing to do about thought. There's nothing to do with thought. To realize, to recognize the nature of thought. To recognize the nature of thought, we simply have to slow down. We, for a moment, have to stop running for the next thought, running for the next experience, running for the next stimulus, whether it's mental stimulus or external stimulus. But just for a moment, stop doing that and notice what's already here, what's already being perceived, and how that which is being perceived morphs, shifts, changes. And it may morph into an image or a thought or a narrative suggesting, I need to blank. I need to distract myself. I need to read something. I need to meditate, etc. We may believe that thought. But for a moment, if we hold off, we don't believe that that thought is a statement about reality, but rather we just notice the nature of thought itself in that form, the nature of the thinker, the space of thinking. We have the opportunity to notice that it is all one. The space of thinking, the thinker, and the thought are inseparable. One does not arise without the others. So it all is arising simultaneously. But it's a little bit off to say it's even arising because it's already there. It's simply the state of experience or the state of being. Beingness and knowingness are one and the same here. So this thoroughly homogeneous experience doesn't have a name. We don't need to give it a name, but we can rest in it. We can rest as the knowingness of it, as the knowingness that is it. And we can do this now. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to prepare. We don't have to wait. Waiting is a thought. Preparation is a thought. doubt is a thought. So there's just this knowingness. And the quality of knowingness is such that it can take any shape, any form. It can be conceptual, non-conceptual. It can be a visual image. But it retains its knowingness. In fact, its knowingness, the quality itself, is unchanged, regardless of the content of thought. So the quality being unchanged, the quality of knowingness, we find this is our actual nature as consciousness, rather than the nature of the one being bombarded by thoughts, the one being unconscious to feeling like a thinker. There's a big difference between being the unconscious thinker or being bombarded by thoughts or being so identified with thoughts we don't even recognize that's happening, and resting as the knowingness that can take all of those forms, and it can also take a formless knowingness, a pure knowingness, pure consciousness, pure beingness. This is not only possible, it's always available. And it is the nature of consciousness. It has this quality always. So this is a practice that can help to calm the mind, calm the tendency to grasp onto thoughts, calm the tendency to re-identify again and again with a narrative, with a seeking energy, with an avoidant energy, with a mind wandering. If we rest as the knowingness, there's nowhere to wander. There's only mind with a capital M, or being with a capital B. And as we become reacquainted with this simple, uncaused knowingness, we also become reacquainted with the sense fields, the sound, simply as it is, with the awareness of sound and the sound being one and the same. Sensation is the same here. But often we have to start with consciousness because we're so identified with thought, we don't recognize these other spaces in direct experience. We only recognize them conceptually as a reflective experience within thought. So we have to break the tendency to identify with the reflection and finally wake up to reflectivity itself, to the reflective nature, to the aware nature itself.